And we're live. Welcome to the Flannel panel. It's just a couple of us right now. We're waiting for Jason to jump in. But the Flannel panel, Troy's here. Say hey to everybody, Troy.
Hey everybody. We're running a late crew tonight, but it'll pick up.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's gonna be a fun night. So the main theme of tonight is Dixon meets Dixon. So we're kind of taking that like Dixon fame and notoriety and adding it to the Teeze notoriety, I guess, with that image, kind of, you know. But this is a big Troy night. We got to hear some stories about what's going on with Dixon meeting Dixon.
Yeah. So big weekend last weekend. I finally took some friends back to the Beaumont Inn, and like I said, I've been wanting to take them there for a couple years now, but so finally made it
Oh, hold
happen.
hold up, hold up. Like, does everybody know what the Beaumont is? Like,
Oh,
maybe they
yeah, I
don't.
don't even know how
Let's.
to describe it, but yeah,
Uh,
that's where one of Ian and I's first meetings is. We made a trip together. I mean, it was a group thing. It wasn't like a romantic thing.
well, we did spend a lot of time in the car together.
Yeah. So, but anyway, yeah, the Beaumont Inn is just, I don't know, it's like what a like a 30 room inn roughly. And it's
Yeah,
just like staying at your grandparents' house or something. It's just all antique and
it's the best.
yeah, but we really had a, with it. So 2 years ago we had the whole place rented just for our group, and that was
Yeah, the
uh,
podcast that was
yeah,
Whiskey Weekend Batch 2.
batch two.
So I guess they did the first one, and Jason, whenever he gets on here, I'm sure he'll chime in about the first one and a whole bunch of shenanigans that went on with that. But then we met at the second one, and
Right.
I actually picked Troy up at his house, like random. We'd never met. Like
Just on the
we,
internet. Yeah.
yeah, we seen each other like this, but never in person. So it was a cool time. Yeah.
So, so yeah, so that was a great. I mean, that was one of the best weekends of my life. So
Oh
went
yeah.
home and I actually made like a little. It wasn't really a PowerPoint, but like a slideshow, and like made everybody sit down and showed them all the activities of the weekend. So I finally got them all to go. But
No
um,
way. So hold up. Jason just jumped in, and
No,
may I
continue,
say,
please.
you look fantastic in that flannel. What one's that?
I may. This is the hate breed flannel.
Oh, I like the colors. You're
Yeah,
looking solid.
nice.
disrespect your surroundings.
Yeah. So Jason booked it home from work to get on with everybody, and it's good to see you, man.
Absolutely, good to be seen. By all means, Troy, continue.
Well, yeah, I just was gonna tell a little bit about last weekend. So I was a little nervous because I didn't know what everybody's reaction would be to the end. So we got there, and of course the girls loved all the old furniture and everything I'm afraid to sit on. But um,
I'm right there with you.
May I
and we ate,
interject?
yeah,
I had a question. How do they feel about the sucking, creepy dolls?
they they thought they were a little creepy.
They're
Yeah.
very creepy.
You know what else was weird is like I remembered the place, but I didn't remember it as well as I thought. Like we got there, and I'm looking for the elevator.
I wonder why that is. Why did
Yeah,
you not remember it so well, Troy?
especially I only rode on the elevator one time during Whiskey Weekend, and that was like 2 o'clock Saturday night. I was like worst shape ever. But so
Yeah.
yeah, I'm walking up and down the hallway of the inn looking for the elevator. I had to go to the front desk and ask them where it was. But and things were a little different. So there are some parts of the inn that weren't open that now that like the Owl's Nest and even like the main dining room where we had dinner and stuff. That was well, at least we didn't couldn't find our way in there. But so anyway, but we ate dinner there Saturday night, and we also did a tasting with Dixon, I guess, right before dinner, and that was probably the highlight of the weekend. And he had some good stuff for us to try. But it was funny, he's probably spent almost 2 hours with us. But as
Wow.
we were leaving, I had a Dixon flannel on, and he kind of stops and touches the fashion. Well, that's cool. I don't know if he was seen a Dixon before, but so he's aware of them now. And wouldn't it be cool if somehow him being more famous than we are, that he gets a shirt one day, and I can almost feel like I had a hand in it.
That would be awesome.
Well, you
Yeah,
did have a hand in it because he's getting one.
Oh, Dixon's getting a Dixon. Yeah, I was telling before you jumped on that we kind of taken some of that Dixon notoriety on both sides and threw it together for that thumbnail today. So it's gonna be fun. So back to the Beaumont itself though, like if people want to go, like this is Kentucky, the heart of Kentucky, I guess. I'm not sure if it's the heart of Kentucky. I'm a Canadian, so please forgive me if my geography is wrong.
It's
But
close.
It's pretty
um
well located for if you're interested in the Bourbon Trail at all. It's pretty well located for that.
yeah, and beyond that, like Dixon Dedman, who you know, rebranded or rebrought out the Kentucky Owl line since removed, but has been a big part or a key factor in Kentucky Owl being such a huge thing it is right now. He does tastings there. So that's how when Troy and I met for the first time, we were going down to do a whiskey weekend there, and he did a tasting that was just incredible for us, and so that's why Troy was taking his PowerPoint to his buddies when he got back. So what about this PowerPoint? Tell us about that.
Well, I mean, it wasn't even just the tastings, but I mean, it was just like chronological order of the whole weekend. Here, different tastings. The distillery tour. We went to was it Old Bernheim
Yeah.
Yeah.
that weekend, and just the front porch shenanigans. Here's Casey smoking a cigar on the front porch. Just I don't know. I just made him sit through like 60 photos, but by the end of it,
Awesome.
I had him sold to sign up for next year. That was the first
Hook,
thing. Dave's
hook,
like,
line,
how
and
do we
sinker.
go to that next year? Well, I'll see what I can do.
You just kick in and make an impression.
Yeah.
Well, that was
So
that
yeah.
was a fun night too. That impression night.
You'll have to forgive me. I just got home from work, so I'm eating my dinner. I'm going to eat it while we're cooking. Or so. Got
What?
some Girl Scout Samoas.
Girls.
Love you, Eric.
Yeah,
Samoas,
this is
Girl
what I was just
Scout
saying.
cookies.
Speaking of Eric or Whiskey Mutant, we got to get that dude on here soon.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pairing.
So what is the pair with the Girl Guide cookies?
Well,
Is it cookies?
we will see. Yeah, they're
Okay.
all right, kill it.
He's probably
Want me
got
to
an
read from the
official
box?
pairing already, but we can make our own.
Crisp cookies with caramel, coconut, and dark chocolate stripes.
I think those are my favorite.
They are
Thin mints, man. Thin mints. Yeah.
So, and on another side note, like I don't go to the liquor store very often anymore because it's just kind of sad and depressing. But Nat had her license misplaced, so we had to go get her a new driver's license. And right next door is a liquor store, so I had some time to kill. So I walked in, and I was actually flabbergasted. I haven't been flabbergasted at a liquor store in a while. Because Utah, of all places, did an Elijah Craig barrel proof pick.
Oh, cool.
So I was curious. I had to buy one, of course.
I've not seen any of those around here.
Yeah, this one's 125.2 and 8 years old. So
Wow.
we will see.
And as you know, I'm an Elijah Craig fan.
Oh, I am too.
Yes, you are. And a barrel proof fan.
Yeah. So, it's the best of both worlds.
That is right up your alley.
So yeah. Samoa cookies and Elijah Craig barrel proof.
And we'll rate it at the end maybe and see how it all goes.
There you go.
So Troy, the tasting though, so this is leaning towards that Dixon or Beaumont and Dixon whole collaboration. That tasting you had, what pours did you have?
Oh yeah, just pulling up some pictures. All right.
Did you do it blind or did you do it
yes. He had all the pours out for us, kind of like similar to when we went, but he had all the bottles in a box. So we would taste one and he'd talk for a minute and then he'd eventually reveal it. And then he would pour a little and have some with us. And then we'd go on to the next one. So the first one we had, he said he was pretty sure none of us would have ever had it before, which was right, except for my friend Dave somehow had gotten a sample of it somewhere. But it was W.H. McBrayer. I don't know a lot about it, but I know Will and Grease did a little. They did a 5-bar pass or something on the podcast. But I can't remember much history about it. it's some relation of Dixon's or some.
Oh, cool.
It's something like another cousin or I don't know, but
Yeah.
It's
but
Kentucky. We get it.
yeah, it's Kentucky. So
Easy.
it was like 103 proof, but it was pretty. We like that real well. Then we did just a Rebel Year 10 or a Rebel Yell 10-year.
hmm
And I think that was like a distillery pick or something.
Sure. So that Rebel Year 10-year, it was up here for like $150 or $199, which
Oh,
I thought
wow.
was insane. Like, what does that go for where you guys are at?
Well, I have a Rebel Yell 10-year, but it didn't have the same label. This was like a black label, so I don't know what
Yeah.
the difference is between what I have, but mine wasn't near that much, like 60 or 70 bucks. I
Say
think.
it five
Okay.
times fast.
Which say it 5 times fast. Say it 5 times fast. What are
No,
we saying?
Rebel Yell
Oh,
10-year.
I get you.
Yeah, I keep wanting to.
Rebel Yell 10-year.
I'm too
Yeah.
excited.
We actually got one of those when we were Whiskey Week and we went to Lux Row.
Oh, really? Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, Andrew's saying it's 130 in BC right now. So,
Sounds about right.
that's a little better than what we
Lux Row
got here.
knows what they're worth, and they are afraid
Yeah.
to charge you.
So, how was that Rebel Year 10?
it was good. And he have you ever heard him talk? I think maybe it was a Whiskey Weekend. He was talking about a weeder being more on the front of the palate, and
Yeah.
so he gave that whole spiel again, which because I've tried that and I'm not very good at, so it was good to think that through again and try to
Yeah.
but
It never works for me blind. It never, like, if
no.
I'll have a rye. I'm like, oh, it's sitting on the front of my tongue. It's got to be wheat, and totally wrong. Yeah.
Well, I think sometimes I mistake like proof for rye.
Spice.
Sometimes,
Yeah. I could get that. Yeah. That's cool.
And then the third thing he poured was a Willet bourbon. I think it was actually,
Oh, nice.
was it cornbread or it was one of those from the Southern Whiskey
Oh,
Society picks.
yeah. Okay. I think it was cornbread. I saw the picture. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we had a Four Roses pick. I can't remember much about it. I can't see the recipe on the picture. And it was good. But
Was
then
it proof? Was it high proof?
yeah, it was like 110 point something.
Oh, okay.
So
That's not high proof for you.
Yeah.
No, but I think that's about what Four Roses run generally, isn't it?
Oh,
For the most part.
Well, so he has my favorite pour from Whiskey Weekend Batch 2 at the Beaumont was his birthday boy's pick. It was a Four Roses, and I sent that to Tim Gunderman. Remember we were doing all those samples? That's the one I sent to Tim Gunderman. And it was 125 proof, and it was
Is that
awesome.
what we were buying at the bar?
Yeah, that was
good.
that was I loved it. Not my favorite pour. I shouldn't say my favorite pour, but like a shocking pour, because Bob Little with the Al Young and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like there was that weekend was insane.
Well, there's a lot of meaningful pours, but
exactly.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You're allowed to have multiple favorite pours at Whiskey Weekend. It's just the rules.
Yeah.
And I can't remember many of the details of the fifth pour we had. I don't have a picture of. He said, we were allowed to take pictures of it, but he just had like a pint bottle, and he said it was something that from his barrels that he had, and it was one of the barrels that he blended into dry state.
Oh,
and
wow.
I think it was, and he didn't understand why, but for whatever reason, it had gotten up to like 145 or 147
Nice.
proof.
Shoot.
It was the hottest thing I ever drank.
You're just the man for the job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it tasted delicious, but you just immediately took all the saliva out of your mouth. Just dried you up. And then so that was it. And we talked a little bit, and we were asking him about his plans and stuff. And it sounds like he's got some stuff in the works that should be coming out within the next few months, I think.
So that's something I'm super excited for, is to see his next step. Like we've been talking, like we mentioned Kentucky Owl and how he's now moving on to his next passion project or whatever that is. But I'm stoked to hear what's becoming of it. Nothing less than who that man is. I respect him as a person. I know he wants to bring the best stuff to people at a and he cares about cost and all that stuff. And I'm stoked to see what the future looks like for that.
And I won't get into it, and I don't even remember all the details, but it sounds like he's got himself in a good situation. So
awesome.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
So then, as we're leaving, we were gonna leave there and go to dinner, and sidebar. Do you remember how when we were there, you could just go from like the tasting room down the steps into the dining room? Well, that's all closed now. So you had to keep going outside. So
Oh,
first
really?
time, yeah, when we first got there, I was trying to take the gang to the bar and I'm trying to walk inside and we're stuck. We actually ended up in the tasting room. Nobody was there. And we're all like turned around in there and here come Dixon. He's like, where are you looking for? I'm like, oh, sorry, Dixon. We're trying to get to the bar. And you're like, well, go out this door. So anyway, things are a little different. It was just a little
Yeah.
surreal being back there. So as we're leaving, that's when he saw the Dixon on the patch, but he got into the cabinet where he keeps all of his stuff,
Sure.
talking about the tasting room.
Yeah.
And I gotta grab him. I'll grab him.
Okay.
He grabbed out 2 Kentucky Owl rye bottles. One was like batch 2, and one was a batch 4 that didn't have a label on it. Just had some like a little sticker and some
Wow.
handwriting where he had got like one of his signature Sharpies to work, who he scribbled all over it. So he gave us 2 partial bottles of that to take with us. So we brought that home. So we're saving that to just drink when we're together or whatever.
That's awesome.
And we went to dinner. And one of the new laws in Kentucky is when he does picks now, you can actually buy the bottles at the restaurant or whatever. So
Oh,
able to buy. He just got a Eagle Rare pick in. I bought a bottle of that, and then the Ezra Brooks pick. It's like a 120 proof.
Oh,
oh,
nice.
cool. Yeah.
So that's all exciting.
Man, I can't wait to get back there. That's one place that I cannot wait to go back to.
I mean, yeah, that's all I want to do is get a group of us down
Yeah.
there just for the weekend. And then there's distilleries close. We went to Wilderness Trails like 15 minutes away.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's south. And then if you go north, Four Roses and Wild Turkey and all that's right
Woodford,
there.
Woodford, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that was a fun time. I can't wait to get back like to the Beaumont with a small group and like we're going to book it around Dixon. Obviously, we want that tasting and his commentary with those pours.
Oh, for
But
sure.
yeah, I can't wait to get back. That's gonna be fun.
And
Jason, are you headed there shortly?
Well, we're going to be there. We're actually Whiskey Weekend. We're going early, so we've
Yeah.
actually scheduled some time. That's the whole reason we're going early is Tuesday before we're going to go and we schedule the tasting. And it was hilarious because, of course, he's texting Nat because that's the connection. But
Sure.
he said, you'll be sharing it with a couple on their anniversary, so the pours might not be up to your standards. And a new taster. I'm like, honestly, you could give me
Yeah.
Jim
Wild
and
Turkey,
Coke and
Wild
sitting
Turkey
around.
101. Yeah. Just talk for a while.
Just talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, it's a good time.
No,
grab
Mhm.
bottles.
Grab them all.
Okay, I got them. Watch me drop something. And just die.
Yeah. We also said Samoas. Hey, Eric, what's your advice? What's your pairing for the Samoa cookie? Did you do it already? Let's see if he heard me.
If you don't know, the Whiskey Mutant on Instagram, I'm not sure if he's on YouTube, but the Whiskey Mutant on Instagram does pairings, and he does them pretty well. We'll have to get him up on here soon, and I'm pretty sure he's a Flannel fan.
And he's a riot.
This is for you.
Oh, here we go.
So I don't know if you can see this. This is it's got a little sticker on the front. I think this is 4. I can't remember. I'll have to look at him closer, but where he's scribbled on the back to get his pen to work and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
And then this one, I think is 2, unless I got them backwards. But anyway, this one doesn't have the proof on it or anything. It's just, it's
Just the sticker.
just a sticker, like it hadn't been filled in yet.
Oh, that's what a cool, that's awesome. That dude just hands you that stuff, that's kind of a testament to who he is, which is pretty amazing.
And then Eagle Rare, this one, it says Innkeeper Special, so I don't know. I think he might have split this barrel with some, like a liquor store or something, but the Ezra Brooks actually says Beaumont on it. You can't see it, but
nice.
it actually says Beaumont Inn on it.
Oh, cool. That's awesome. That's handy to know. So, Jason, you're going to have another 18 bottles to try and smuggle home from all this stuff.
I was trying to restrain myself, but we're already.
I don't know if it's appropriate, but you got to tell the story about having too many bottles Whiskey Weekend Batch 2.
Oh.
I got the overflow.
Yeah, you benefited from that, Troy.
Yeah, I was the generous benefactor. Well, That's a fatal flaw of mine. I estimate a lot, but it's hard to estimate when your eyes are bigger than your suitcases. So you just kind of, and I was so we got it. Of course, it was batch 2, so it's still a feeding frenzy of any bottle you could get your hands on. So it was the night before, and we were packing, and I mean, I threw out an extra pair of shoes. I threw out.
So you did everything you could,
Yeah, I lowered the weight. I was throwing out my old drawers, everything. If it had a hole in it, it's out the window. But I just could not fit it all in.
You did it for yourself.
So,
I was right there ready. Hashtag jump clap.
So I had this grocery sack full of stuff. And just when I heard you guys were saying goodbye and I heard your voices, I'm like, perfect. I knew you all were driving. So you got room in your trunk, Troy? Because I'm putting my bike in it.
Yeah. And I can't remember exactly all the bottles, but I know there was an Elijah Craig barrel proof in there.
Yeah, there was an A120. It was 20. Yeah. Yeah, it was A120 just came out. We just kicked over to 2020.
No, man. Was that? Oh, yeah, that was.
Yeah.
It was March.
It was just before the vid. So A120 just came out. There was a Fighting Cock. There was
a Baker's. Yeah.
And something else.
There was a half bottle of something too, wasn't there?
Yeah.
I can't remember what the last one was, but there was another one. I still have the A120, I bet you. I've got a bunch of.
That's a good one.
I kind of save them, and I think we're going to do some side by sides or something.
I would like to say I'm getting better.
Yeah, Conway had to have a second suitcase to bring all of my bottles back from Whiskey Weekend Batch 2. Yeah.
Well, after that, I actually got on Amazon and found one of those. Can't remember the names. The hard cases they use for wine.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Amazon return, so I got it for dirt cheap. And they wouldn't fit because the wine bottle, so I just took a knife and cut it all out and then made my own dividers. So I now have a whiskey smuggling device. I usually get 5 or 6 bottles.
And Andrew and I have this 5 liters is the max into Canada without some seriously heavy duty attached to that. So that's why I didn't bring much back from there. So Troy.
No, yeah. Troy, I was trying to split him up with Ian. He's like, I can't get him into the country. I'm like, no way.
I've got it down to a pretty good science. Fancy alert, Troy. Just fancy alert, just so you know.
Okay.
When you fly business class, you get 2 checked bags. So what we did is we'll fill one bag. We'll put my smaller suitcase in my larger suitcase and then carry it on the plane and then fill it with bourbon. And then so I take one suitcase home and bring 2 back with me.
Oh. Well, Troy's driving, so he's set.
Yeah.
Hold that thing up.
Oh yeah. You were dragging low. You had some.
Well, that was my
fault. I was
fault.
waiting to see some muffler scraping with all the bourbon you had in the back of the truck.
Well, that's just because I'm a big guy.
That's true. That's true.
Troy and I in that little Toyota Corolla, it was a tight squeeze. Yeah.
Oh, and Jason, I have one more piece of advice since you're going to the Beaumont Inn here. Make sure you get some bread pudding and ask for a scoop of ice cream on the side. They put some sort of bourbon sauce on top of it. And JJ, Dave, and I were like drinking out of the bowl to get all that sauce.
Are you allowed to talk about food, Troy? I'm
just not allowed to send pictures. I'm not allowed to send any pictures.
Oh yeah, you got to. You're coming around.
There's a text thread, and Troy gives the most crap if it's food related pictures. I think it's all in jest, but it is
but
a lot of fun. Yeah.
I mean, I made dinner last night and I didn't send anybody a single picture, and it was delicious.
It would have tasted better if you would have sent a picture.
Probably.
So Whiskey Mutant says, second, that bread pudding is amazing. And he also says he's screwing up your budget, Jason.
I know he does.
Yeah.
Yeah. We kind of enable each other.
That's good.
I sent him a link they did some hats yesterday. So I didn't
Oh
get a
yeah.
flannel, but I did buy their hats. They're
Oh,
cool. They'll show up. It's literally just a big emblem that says support your local liquor store.
I saw that.
So
Yeah,
yeah, you got to.
yeah. Did you see
There
the
we go.
1911 drop?
I really wanted that one.
Yeah,
It looks similar to this one, but
very
on different
similar.
Yeah,
shades.
it's a lot. Yeah, this one
Yeah.
once again, fancy alert. I had a lot of gray in my wardrobe, but I didn't need any more gray ones.
I'm kind of a reserve guy. I like
I need a brown one.
the more conservative.
I love that new one. I really having a hard time not buying. It's the second one back. It's the faded
Yellow.
that gold and black. Yeah, that looks so cool.
It looks odd to me. I was like, huh,
I'm on.
interesting. Yeah.
I don't
Well,
want to look
that's
like a
odd.
gangbanger.
Well, there's no gangbangers wearing mustard.
I bought that.
I'll double
Sutton
check
one.
with my my gang liaison friends and make sure. That'd be a funny. That's going to be an awesome text. Hey, do you know any gangs that wear mustard?
I'm sure that could go offside quick. Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh. So any other Dixon? So and then Troy, props to you. Troy did something for the first time in his life recently, and it was on the Flannel Panel Instagram. Oh, you can jump clap that all you want.
I did that once before, Jason.
What was that?
Yeah, I made my first ever Instagram post and tagged Dixon and the Dixon Flannel Company, and they both actually replied. So
Hey,
I felt like that was a success for me.
you're an influencer now.
I am so proud
This
of
is
you.
amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, look at me.
You wouldn't step up on me. I haven't tagged I need to tag the Flannel Panel and some stuff.
I'm not gonna lie. I had to have my daughter help me figure out how to log into the Flannel Panel account and all that, but I got her.
This stuff over here, that's actually my stash of crap I got to take pictures of. By
Oh,
crap, I mean amazing gifts. Majority of that stuff's from JT Aiken from the St. Louis Bourbon Society.
yeah.
On the side note, and a quick plug to the 3 people that don't know him on this, that hear this, but that they do a lot of great things in their Patreon for the St. Louis Bourbon Society.
They have a
They do
Patreon.
barrel picks. Yeah, they have a Patreon.
Oh,
In
really?
fact, that bottle there is they did a small town craft version of the Belmead honey.
Oh, cool.
So one of them is barrel aged honey that they aged in the barrel, and the other one is the honey aged bourbon that they put in after it. So
Oh, neat.
to show up on my Instagram soon. So, but yeah,
Yeah,
it was really cool. And then all those boxes behind them are all Zoom tastings that they scheduled.
Oh, wow.
So one of them was with Barton. They did a whole vertical lineup of Barton. They did the Bourbon Pursuit series lineup. So
I'm in their Facebook group. Are you in that, Ian?
yeah,
Yeah, I jumped in there too. Yeah, JT's one of the greatest guys.
Oh,
that,
he was a
that
big
I've
hit last year.
that I've never met. I wasn't able to make it last year, so I'm excited to finally.
we get him.
that
Hey, we're
dude's
getting him
hand.
on our side of the mountains too. He's moving to Denver here very soon.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Hmm.
maybe we
So-
make Ty get him to appear in Grand Junction.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
I'm trying to think. I think that's most of the. Oh, did you happen to see the video of me digging through the trash can at the
I
restaurant?
love that.
That
That's so
was.
perfect.
Where was that posted?
I think we were back in Ohio at that point, somewhere.
Okay.
I think that
between
needs to go on your
Cincinnati
Instagram.
and Columbus. But so we had 6 of us travel down there in one car. JJ almost does all of our driving. He's our exclusive driver, but he's got like a Ford Excursion, kind of like a full
Agreed.
size, whatever. But yeah, we
Absolutely. Connor.
so we were pretty tight in there, and we just came out of a liquor store, and he got behind the wheel, and he didn't have anywhere to put this bottle he just bought. So he just turned around, and there was a trash can in the back row there, and he stuck that bottle in the trash can. Well, then 2 days later, we're traveling home, and people had put trash in there for a couple of days, and we stopped at a rest stop. So I grabbed the bag. And I was like, I'll change the bag. And I threw it in the trash can. And then we all get back in the car and we're heading down the road. Someone says, wait a minute, wasn't there a bottle of booze in there? So, so we got off of the next exit and then turned around and went down 2 exits. They turned around again and get off at the rest stop. And it was still in there.
Nice.
But you retrieved it.
Yep, we retrieved it.
Yeah.
Everybody
you
knows
did
a
what had to be
cardboard
done.
or a paper sack is great for antiviral. So you're fine.
Oh yeah. And plus, I'm not drinking that one. That was JJ's.
That works. So that kind of wraps up the weekend. So the wives, how'd the wives like it?
I just saw everybody last night, and they all seemed to think it was a big success, and they would all go again. So I think maybe we'll try it again sometime.
There you go. And did any of them drink bourbon? I know they weren't
Sue,
the biggest
Dave's
bourbon
girlfriend.
fans, right?
No, yeah, Patty, my wife, and JJ's wife Leanne. They neither one did the tasting. They just sat there and watched basically. But Sue did the tasting, and she's not a big bourbon drinker, but she does drink a little bit, but mostly like Basil Hayden stuff like that. But she took the strong. When Dixon, he asked me that morning when we were checking in, and he says, "You guys good with high proof?" And I said, "Oh yeah." So he poured us some fairly high proof stuff. So she handled it pretty well.
That's awesome.
Nice.
And so for the non-drinkers or non-whiskey drinkers anyway, the conversation was enough for them to want to go back. Like that was.
Oh yeah. I mean,
and the Dixon factor, I guess.
Yeah, you know how Dixon is. He's so hospitable and makes everybody feel welcome. And yeah, so it was very interesting. And plus him talking about, Kentucky Owl and the new business and stuff. It was pretty entertaining. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's really
so
great.
the real question is, did you make an impression?
Yeah, probably. We also made some new friends. We found a couple, the inn wasn't very full, but there was a couple former sales reps from Stoli that were there to visit Dixon. And
really?
Somehow Friday night they found our room. They were drinking with us till about 1 o'clock in the morning, telling some stories. And
they're former KGB.
Hilarious.
They can find anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've heard about this Mayor McTeeze. They're checking in on you.
Yep.
Well, I'm telling you, any of y'all that happen to hear this that are going to Whiskey Weekend, search out the Teeze. You are a joy to hang out with.
Oh boy. Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, I mean that. You are awesome.
Yeah.
You gotta wait till I get about half drunk. I got like a small window. Somewhere between half and 3/4 drunk is my prime spot.
Is it? That's the impressionable.
Yeah,
that's the impressionable spot.
That's what I'll talk a little bit, and you can still understand me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was a good time though, and Conway's on here. That Whiskey Weekend batch 2. Conway, walking around with a Four Roses. I think it was a 17-year-old or 18-year-old special release, and just like randomly.
Definitely needed to finish that in case his wife heard this.
Yeah, and it wasn't like just like he had it. He was looking for people to share it with. You know,
I know, like
you got to try this.
I'm over my gutter mind. You said he was walking around with a 17-year-old or an 18-year-old.
Oh
no, Four Roses special release. I didn't say she had 4 roses. I said it was a Four Roses 18-year-old.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, that was Conway, not Casey.
Yes.
Conway also.
Casey was throwing cards.
Casey was also hanging around with an 18-year-old in the lobby.
Conway brought some stuff to share last year too. First night we had a get together in our room, and I can't remember what it was. We had a copper flask full of something that was pretty good.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was cool. That was a fun weekend. It was yeah.
The last one was great because with all one of the coolest things about Whiskey Weekends, we're there. So, the amazing people you meet and everything, but when you get a section off and just hang out with somebody for like lunch or whatnot, like Conway and I and Nat and his friend, and Conway forgot his name, but we went to that little Mussels and Burgers, which was awesome. We had exactly that, mussels and burgers. And we just sat for like 2 hours and just chatted and just had a great time. and no pressure, nothing. It was one of the highlights of the weekend.
Yeah.
And, the same thing with Ty and Nate and all. Those are the fun times that I would say,
Troy,
18-year-old.
wasn't just anything.
He did
in
have
that
an
flask.
18-year-old.
I told you.
Yeah, there you go.
See, that tells you something about me. I remember the flask, but not the pour. You know what I mean?
Yeah. that like, I kind of get that though. Like the pours and everything are so cool. Like I remember some of them, but the people, man, the people's where it's at, and the people that we've met through all these guys, like, most of them are watching or commenting now, like Eric, Andrew, Conway, the three of us on here, and add in the rest of the group that jumps in and out. It's special. So like those pours, we've been able to have a lot of really cool things, but the memories is really what hits me.
One of my biggest actually regrets of the weekend, and
was
Clint,
me not being there, right?
That especially. Hey, yeah. I repped you. I repped you with the team.
You did, yeah.
I was down for our missing brethren.
I tried to make a virtual appearance. I made a vocal appearance, but I tried to make a virtual appearance, but technology and Ty didn't work.
And that duct tape ruined the t-shirt, and I wear it anyway because I love you, man.
I appreciate that.
But the biggest thing I regret was Clint, and Clint will watch this eventually. I'm going to hang out with you if I have to abduct you and drag you to lunch. Whiskey Weekend Best I am not exaggerating. When we crossed paths with Clint and Karen like 7 times, like they're going into a restaurant or they're going across the street, I never got to hang out with the man. But cumulatively, we might have been together for 10 minutes total. He's
hard to nail down.
So, but it's going to happen. I'm not going to be able to catch him. I'm going to have to wait till he's in like an enclosed space where I can block him.
He's a legend, though. He's like a myth. It's hard to nail down that guy. Yeah.
Oh, he's like Sasquatch. He's a legend with no photographic evidence.
You just catch a glance of him.
Yeah, and he's gone.
But it's going to happen. Man. I'm going to trap me a Clint sample.
Well,
it's going to happen. And when we do,
I'm not sure where we should take that, but
it's going to
happen. In your room, right? Trapped in your room and
anywhere that you can't go.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be good. I'm stoked. So Whiskey Weekend is coming up a month from now ish, right?
Yeah, we're down to
that's flying. I really need to get my acting gear with all that. But yeah, if you are watching this and don't know what it is, it's the podcast. So if you search that on YouTube or whatnot, the podcast, they're running a whiskey, what is it, convention almost?
Say that? Basically.
Yeah, like a convention. I think there's going to be some heavy hitters showing up with them, and it's going to be a good time. A lot of people, a lot of good times, and I would lean towards those people because, again, that's what really makes it go.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's
that's
fun.
coming up.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and Dixon bringing it back. Dixon's going to be there.
There you go.
So, Dixon's going to be there, and I think he's doing some stuff with the guys. The boys are a big fan of, good friends with him, and it's going to be fun. So
that's why you drive the bus, Ian.
That's why I drive. I don't drive a bus,
but you could
fix maybe.
Yeah. You took this thing all the way around, right back to Dixon. While I'm over here getting drunk and eating cookies.
Hey, whatever it takes. So I'm wearing the Dixon Black Rifle green because this one was able to be here, but my most excited flannel that I'm excited for, I think Jason has in his.
I saw it yesterday.
Yeah,
I confirmed because I had to go get a pair of pajamas out of the drawer that were still in the package because I don't wear PJs. TMI.
Fair
but
enough.
I had to do a sleep study this weekend, and I had to cover my ass. So, literally and figuratively. So, while I was down there, I actually saw it, so I know where it is.
That's amazing. I'm stoked for that one.
Very good, 68% chance that I remember it.
Well,
reminders.
If you don't, I know where you. I'll have to come down and get it.
Oh, dude, do not threaten me with a good time.
Yeah. I think
And
we
Troy,
could.
you show up and bring treble on him.
I'm trying to get. Am I blacked out right now?
No, you're here.
Just in
You
your
can see
eyes.
me.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, I just got a phone call, so I don't see you. I'm trying
We
to.
saw the whole thing, so I can.
Yeah, it kind of like went dark for a sec. Oh, you're
There you-
doubled up now. You're here
Oh.
twice.
Do it.
All right.
Put double the tease.
Here, I think I can deal with that.
Can you
Hold on.
fix it? Because I don't know what's going on.
The double tease.
There we go. We're good. You're still here.
Okay.
Sexy
There we
as
go.
ever.
See,
All
can't
right.
see you, but-
So I was thinking this week. I mentioned it a couple weeks ago, but I was thinking, what's something that weekly or bi-weekly, whatever this ends up to be, that's kind of new to you, or what has something that caught your eye, or what's something or something you've done that you could share. Does that make sense? Am I explaining that well? I'll start then.
Yeah.
I've been audio reading. I think it's audio books, but I'm reading. So I have a couple of young daughters, and time is of the essence. While I'm driving, I actually look for traffic, because then I'm not making it home during bedtime, and I can sit there listening to a podcast. But I've been reading audiobooks lately. Reading audiobooks sounds terrible. I've been listening to audiobooks lately. And this one is by Jack Carr. It's called The Terminalist, and I guess Chris Pratt is playing the lead character, and it's coming out on Amazon in a few months or something like that. But the audiobook is incredible, and I'm on this third book now. He's got four, and another one coming out in a few months. But the guy that narrates it is just awesome. He does different voices and languages and all this stuff, and it's kind of like a Jason Bourne, but more realistic kind of thriller, that kind of thing. And I'd really recommend it. So the name's Jack Carr. The first book is The Terminalist. And I know Andrew West, after I mentioned it last time, listened to it as well. And I think he's pretty hooked on it too. But like they're 18-hour, like 13 to 18-hour books that you listen to. And I've gone through 3 in less than like a month and a half. So
That's a lot of time sitting in traffic.
Yeah, well, you have them on doing the dishes. It's just great. The
Yeah.
audiobooks are awesome right now. But yeah, Jason, you'd probably
Who
like that
hasn't
too.
sat in the driveway and cried for 10 minutes before going into the house? It's just a thing you do, and then you deny it like that.
I don't know if I've cried, but I've maybe cried close
I
to
have.
it. Yeah, depends on
Nat
how
is a
loud
slave.
the screams are inside the house. That's kind of
Nat has
sounds
this
terrible.
nice exterior, but she's terrifying sometimes.
Careful.
I ain't gonna lie.
I hope she's not
It
home.
scares me a little bit. Matter of fact, I just forgot she was watching this, and I don't mean any of it, baby. I love you. Please stay upstairs.
Andrew's already on book 3, which I'm on as well. The Savage Son, it's called, and it's incredible, great stuff. So I'm stoked to see it on Amazon in film coming up as well. So, what do you guys got? Do you have anything that's been interesting lately?
Nothing too exciting. I guess I wasn't prepared, but one thing I've been doing a lot of lately is, last year during COVID, I got into smoking, meat, like.
Oh, okay.
But,
Yeah, we had a little 420 action.
Yeah.
But here a few months ago, I bought one of those Blackstone griddles, so I've been doing a lot of tinkering around,
Son of a
cooking on that.
bitch.
They're a lot of fun. Yeah, it's like being a short order cook. How you want your eggs?
It's a short order cook, except if you're 6'4".
Yeah.
So, completely ignorant towards all this. Is that a griddle or a grill?
It's like a
How
griddle.
do you- what is the levels of this, and can you inform me on all
So
that?
it's mine's 36 inches by whatever, but it's a cold roll steel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I got 4 burners, so I can have different heats, and you can do all kind. You do like hibachi type stuff, or breakfast is awesome on that thing. Last night I cooked some sort of marinated chicken breast, and it was
Cool.
so yeah, it's a lot of fun.
So
It's a
Eric
flat
says
top.
a flat top. So that's not a grill. That's a flat top or a griddle kind of thing. Is that a
Yeah.
different thing
Yeah.
itself? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You
Gotcha.
can do great smash burgers with it and all sorts of.
Yeah,
My
smash
son
burgers are
had
good.
my son
Yeah.
has one or had
Okay.
one. He just moved to Oklahoma, so and
I'm
he,
actually getting into it enough that I'm thinking about building. I have an extra garage in the backyard, and I'm thinking about building some sort of almost like a porch roof or a lean-to roof, like a roof, and just to kind of have like a grill smoker area and put a little table out there somewhere. Or we have a back porch, but my wife is totally taking that over into like an outdoor space for wine drinking. There's no room for a grill, so I'm
Gotcha.
trying to figure something out.
get yourself a pergola. Be fancy.
Yeah, I need something like that.
Yeah. So Eric, who jumped on a couple weeks ago, he's got the bourbon cabana. Maybe you need something like that. Do the
Oh
whole,
yeah, something like that.
yeah, like he's got a big what's it called? Pergola is a pergola or one of those
He
things?
calls it. It's almost like a little gazebo type of thing.
Yeah, they
Gazebo,
have
that's what it is. Yeah.
vertical slats, so you can. Yeah, I love them.
Yeah. Just don't cover it so the smoke can escape a bit.
Yeah,
That'd be awesome.
that's pretty much all I've been into here.
Yeah.
I live a pretty tame life.
Oh, I'm with you. See, we share you. We don't want to make it too jealous, Ian, but we're totally getting the hang of the empty nest. It's
Oh,
it's
yeah.
one to get used to, but you fall in love with it very quickly.
Oh yeah, it is pretty nice. Like I say, my problem is my daughter's back home for a few months doing an internship. So even Patty's like, we gotta get her out of here.
You know,
Yeah, I'm far from that, but
you got to do stupid things like my thing is, I've been talking to y'all in the text stream is, I bought a bar to play with.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was
excited.
cool.
Facebook Marketplace, $200. I don't know if this will show up. I'll hide my face, but
Hold it
I
closer.
wait, can I pin you? How do I pin you? Oh, no.
trying to get
no,
the glare out.
don't want to do that.
Oh well,
Here. I'm learning.
there we go.
No.
There you can see it.
On an angle there.
Yeah, it's about 7 feet. It's solid wood. It's pine and stuff, but
Did it come with the broadsword though?
No, I have my own, man. I have
Oh,
a better one than that.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Is
But,
the broadsword going to be attached to the bar?
No, but I actually have some. I have some plans. Crafty. I'll post the process, but I'm gonna paint it. Said it's hard. It's solid, but it's still pine, so I'm gonna sand it down. There's a lot of holes. Patch them, paint them. I'm gonna do a little gold leafing, and then
So check out the Flannel Panel Instagram to see the progress
I'm
on
gonna do that. That's a good place to put it. As a matter of fact, I'm sorry.
On Jason's progress for this. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually planned. It actually is fitting because, as of right now, I'm still debating. Well, I love playing around with acrylic, the clear acrylic epoxies,
Okay.
like you see on every other Instagram other than mine, because I haven't done it yet. Matter of
So
fact,
like-
that bar
like
stool
the-
there, or that bar of the barrel, has a clear acrylic top. I sealed it. Oh,
Okay.
it's so much fun. So I'm going to do that because it came with like a 2-inch molding and it's flush. I'm going to raise it up about a half an inch, tack down the molding, seal it. And I'm actually going to take some flannel fabric, lay it across, anchor it down, and then epoxy over the top. So I'm going to have a flannel bar top.
Wow.
Wow,
So it'll be
that's
fitting.
serious.
Yeah. Oh, it's
This is going to be great.
going to be cool. I'm excited.
Literally a flannel panel.
I'm going to have a flannel panel on my bar.
That's awesome.
So
That is awesome.
Now,
I'm excited to see it.
will any of your Dixons be sacrificed in this bar making, or
unfortunately not. Or fortunately not. No, because I need, like I said, it's 7 feet long and I'm only 3 feet tall. So
You can find fabric though. That'd be cool. That'd
yeah,
be really
you
neat.
can do some kind of cool tartan fabric or flannel fabric, and then so it'll be. I mean, you'll be able to bowl on it if you have to. It'll be about a half-inch thick acrylic on top.
Wow. Have you ever messed with the colors in that acrylic? Have you seen that?
So much fun. I love that stuff.
Yeah, like the wavy blues and the
Mhm.
charcoals, and yeah, some of that stuff's awesome. Where they
So and
mix
it's
in with
just
the
yeah,
tables.
so that I was gonna break that barrel up for the wood and the barrel heads, but all I did with that one is I literally just floated it on top because there's that little rib on the barrel and it just sets. You got to kind of play with it. Go ahead.
Have you picked up the bar already?
It's it's hefty. It's not really that heavy, but it's awkward, and it actually breaks up into 3 pieces. So
cool.
there's an insert for a fridge, and then
nice.
the bottom bar and the top. The problem is it'd almost be easier if they're all one piece because it's big and awkward. But the other one,
Just like me.
yeah. But the smaller one is very fragile, so I can see myself breaking that. I'm gonna have to hire some. All my moving crew just moved to Oklahoma, so I got to find a new. So it'll be funny.
That down there.
Oh yeah, she can direct with the best of them.
Oh, that's one of my pet peeves. As soon as I pick something up, Patty's got a lot of ideas. Why don't you try? It just drives me crazy.
Nat has actually learned with me because I am very bad with. This is one thing that we differ because she's a very practical. I mean, practical is not the word. She doesn't embrace change as much as I do. My ADD flips around. I'll move furniture just because I got sick of looking in one place. I'll juggle stuff and move it, and I'll do a project. Nat is the type of person that I literally have to paint a picture for her or draw a picture to let her know what it's going to look like. Okay, and in her defense, I think out loud. So when I start to do a project, I start like this. I start motor mouthing. Oh, I can do this. I can move this over here and this. And then all of a sudden, I just watch her steam coming out of her ears because like only 30% of the stuff I'm actually going to do. I'm just getting it out in my brain. So I'll give it to her. It's very chaotic, but she's a trooper.
I get that too. That's me as well. I'll be like, oh, I just want to move. Oh, I think I want to feel productive. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to move something in the house just to feel productive. Well, there's a million other things I could actually do that's productive in the house, but nope, I'm going to move something I don't need to move just to make me feel good.
Matter of fact, shameless ego plug. The last project I did was that guy. I put it there just because I was proud of it.
Nice.
And I didn't actually kill the animal, but I bought the skull for dirt cheap at this oddities convention, but I did the metallic paint and I made the stand and stuff. And
nice. Yeah, Jason's definitely the craft guy in the group. He's got the craft skills.
For sure.
Yes.
I at least have the lack of sense to just tear into stuff.
Yeah.
I figure.
All right, guys. What should we do next week? Let's throw out a topic. What do you think? Or if you're watching, throw some comments in the chat or the comments. What do you want us to talk about? More flannels? Other stuff? A bit more whiskey? Upcoming, we're going to be definitely talking about the Whiskey Weekend Batch 4 that we're going to be going to. Again, there's still a couple tickets available, I think. We may even have to do a live, quick video or something there just to show us all in person. But
we are getting dangerously close to St. Patty's Day as well. So
that's true.
Yeah, that's big plans.
What's the
No, I don't really have any big plans, but there is usually a pretty big party I go to. It's wild enough that Patty generally won't come to the party. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's some impressions made. I get it. Yeah. Awesome. So if you have any topics or thoughts, throw that in the comments or chat. Where can we find you guys at? Troy is now the main guy on the Flannel Panel Instagram. So it's great.
I'm huge over there.
Yeah. So check us out at Flannel Panel Streams on Instagram. Troy will be doing his influencing magic. Jason's got his post there, the world at the world of my glass. Anything left you want to say before we sign off?
No, I'm good.
All right. So that means until next time. Hold up. Show some pics. Eric says show some pics. I'm not sure if we're allowed to show that on YouTube.
No?
Troy's like, okay, but yes, check out the Flannel Panel streams on Instagram, and we'll be posting there and checking out more. Keep checking us out every week, Wednesdays. And until next time, stay buttoned up. Cheers, everyone.
See ya.